back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Suddenly, I see whatever it is you're showing me, and sometimes what you're showing me should not be seen.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about your visual branding and how important that is. We brought our expert guest in today, Kaylie Hall with 68 Designs. You can find her online at 68designsllc.com. And when you're looking around for a graphic designer, you want somebody who's just kind of a hack, or maybe somebody who has actually sent artwork up into space on the Space Shuttle Endeavour. That's right. Kaylie Hall, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Good morning. How are you?
Kaylie, we're doing fantastic. Your artwork's been on the Space Shuttle?
Yes, it has. In 1998, I had a logo that I had done with Purdue University, and it was about the Challenger Learning Center, which they're popping up all over the U.S., and got invited from NASA to take the logo up into space and back down. It was like my 15 minutes of fame. Nobody knew about it.
How cool is that? So cool. Well, everybody knows about it now.
Now they do.
Hey, listen, not everybody can hire a space shuttle to do artwork and such. No. But you are accessible. Let's talk about the value of a graphic designer. Why do people need a graphic designer?
They need a graphic designer mostly because, well, you get into business to do a certain thing. You're a chiropractor, you're a massage therapist. You can't do it all.
Right.
So if you want to get your brand out there in a proper way to help your business grow, then you should actually hire a graphic designer to actually see from a different angle to make sure that you're going where you want to go.
All right. And what does, when you think about a graphic designer, is it an artist? Is it somebody who's just really good on the computer? Because I know we can go online, Kaylie, and you probably see this a lot, and kind of put something together that looks logo-ish.
Exactly. There's a lot of sites online. You can get them for $5 and you get what you pay for.
Right.
That whole thing. But I actually feel that, if you hire a graphic designer, you get a relationship with them. You need a relationship with a graphic designer because in order for you to promote your business, you need to know that the graphic designer needs to know where you want to go.
Right.
When you just hire people online, sometimes you just put out a design brief and just a bunch of designs come out and you hope something sticks.
A brand is not a logo.
It is not. It is a portion of, if anything, it's a springboard in order for you to then take the reins and then, improve your business and get it to the next level. You have to be your logo. You have to actually live it.
Well, and, you can look around at some visual collateral like, business cards, brochures, banners, all of that. And you can, really, layman's eye, you can recognize one that was professionally done by a graphic designer and one that we just kind of did a little Word document or whatever, yes. Right?
Most definitely. As a matter of fact, I teach part-time over at Red Rocks Community College, and I used to teach over at Purdue University in the Midwest. And watching some of these students struggle with how they design it, there's such a field out there. Do you have to learn how to do graphic design? And it's so interesting to see where you can see that professional stuff right out the gate.
You really can. Let us be clear, and for the record, we met Kaylie just a little over a year ago, and you are now an award-winning graphic designer. You won the Fan Bragging Contest, Best Graphic Designer in the state of Colorado, and you've designed the wrap for our vehicle. You've designed the website look for our website.
Yep.
Just amazing work that you do.
Thank you.
Is it expensive to go with a graphic designer?
No, it was so affordable.
Careful. Whoa.
It was so affordable.
Wow. It actually is. And a lot of people don't realize how affordable it actually is. And I can't tell you how many times I get people calling me saying, hey, I want a logo, but I have no money.
We get people say, oh, we want marketing, but we have no money.
Exactly. And I think everybody kind of hears that sort of
thing.
Try
that at the supermarket just once.
I
love these grapes. I have no money.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's one of those things you really have to ask yourself if you're ready to invest in yourself and your business.
And it doesn't have to be a huge investment.
Not at all.
And there's an opportunity cost, so, if we're going to do that in-house ourselves and we don't have that skill set, the time that we're going to put in versus I can actually call you up, send you an email, we do a quick little chat, and the piece that comes back, we could never create that in 20 hours.
In my perception of what you guys actually convey to me, sometimes it comes out of left field. I mean, you did not see, like, I didn't think of it this way.
Right.
And I think having that outside view really helps, because that is one of those things I like to do, is when I talk to clients, I need to understand where your business is going. And if I don't, then you're going to get something that looks way off base. But I have to say I have a pretty good track record. And
you have a phenomenal track record. Talk about the Jefferson County or Jefferson Symphony Orchestra.
Jefferson Symphony Orchestra. This is one, they've been in business for over 50 years. And they had been doing all of their in-house design. And finally, they decided to rip the Band-Aid off quick and hire somebody local to do some graphic design.
Right.
Well, within the first couple, concerts, I mean, they doubled their seating, for their attendance. They got a younger crowd.
Just by updating and refreshing and going with a professional designer.
Exactly,
Wow.
because it was just so fresh and new. And they had only about 8 zip codes that they were mailing to. By the time after the first season, they had upped it to 47 zip codes.
Wow.
And it got recognized by Westward as the best, smallest of Jefferson,
amazing.
The orchestra in town. And it was really, really awesome to see that. They never saw that before after 50 years. I'm like, wow, there's value in this. Okay,
so Kaylie, I know you've got these incredible success stories. And if you want to visit with Kaylie, 68designsllc.com, 68designsllc.com. So when we talk about the graphic design, how much, like, is it the website? Can you do billboards? I know you do car wraps.
I do everything. And I probably can do web design, but I don't want to. However, I do enjoy working with the web designer that a client actually chooses to work with. And then I can work directly with that web designer to get their content, their consistency.
That's our relationship with you, is we have a web designer, but we needed some graphic content.
Correct.
And that's what you provided for us.
Correct.
And
yes.
I love it.
I know you designed a t-shirt for us for the parade.
I've done a lot of kits, like when I say kits, like bike riding, like mountain biking kits for whole groups, stuff that really makes such a big punch for people. And they're like, I have one client that just called me this week, and I did her logo earlier this year. I helped her name her business, come up with everything. She says, can I just tell you how much I'm in love with my logo?
Right.
Oh.
And she's just so in love with it. She goes, I'm so proud to hand out my business card.
Well, and one of the things that you recognize when you're helping a new company or even rebrand with that logo is thinking about all the places it's going to be. And will it look good embroidered? Will it look good, in large print? Will this look good on a car? Will this look good, will it be clear enough in a small? Correct. Right? You are that expert.
Yes. And whenever I do design logos, I need to make sure that the logo can travel on everything. Can it go to a square orientation for a profile picture? Some wide logos, they look terrible.
Right.
So I like to actually make sure that logo has legs, so that the client is also excited about promoting themselves. They need to be inspired. This is not just a job they have to hire me for.
Right.
They need to be inspired.
Kaylie, talk a little bit about people who may be listening now who have used graphic designers before, and they're a little apprehensive because they didn't get maybe what they were expecting, or maybe just the designers moved away and the design has gone stale.
Yes, it has. There's been a couple clients. As a matter of fact, I belong to a BNI group, and the graphic designer had left, and I was afraid that people who were using that person, they just got out of the business, and there was a little apprehension to come to me.
Right.
But it was about the relationship, and that's actually my biggest thing, is the relationship that I have with these people. I don't just it's not just a client service sort of thing. It's a partnership. So I end up partnering with these people to make sure that we get this design going. Mm-hmm. And those people who are very apprehensive, who have worked with graphic designers in the past, you can feel their apprehension. And all I do is just talk to them, find out how their brain ticks. I'm not talking about business all the time. I want to know what they think.
Sure.
It's kind of like networking.
Yeah, right.
Right.
But a professional graphic designer for almost 30 years. We actually, our graphic designer who did our original logo ended up getting out of the business as well. So you want somebody with some longevity, which is what you're going to get at 68designsllc.com.
And one other thing to actually note, I don't just design brand new logos. I can actually work with existing logos and take you to the next level, or actually just take the ball and run with it to make sure that you have consistency from what what you started with. So if you're having some issues with a graphic designer, they're not available or something like that, I can always take that up.
Is there a phone number people can call?
Yes, there is.
Please.
It is 303-216-9228.
Do that again.
303-216-9228.
Award-winning graphic designer, and of course her art has been in the space shuttle. If NASA can trust her with their brands,
Right?
absolutely you can too. Kaylie, thanks for being our guest today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it very much.
Bet you could probably float all the way home if you get it designed by 68 Designs, and NASA can't say that all the time.
No, they can't.
No, just saying.
Like I got no response.
The anti-gravity, never mind.
Okay.
The tie-in wasn't as funny as I thought it was in my head. All right, folks, don't go anywhere. More positive business talk just ahead, but you know that this and all the archives of the Experience Pros radio show are available at experiencepros.com. That's experiencepros.com. Check it out. If you're looking for something, just search for a keyword and get your search on.